All right, let's go and look through how we can calculate this module here, problem solving with area, specifically this problem where we've got a large shape and we're trying to look for like different parts of the shape that are shaded in. So we want to first up find the area of the stripe part and then find the area of the white parts. Now there are a couple of little tricks we can do to make this a little bit easier on ourselves, but to start with, let's just go with breaking things down to rectangles and squares. Rectangles and triangles, because we know that we can do a rectangle, the area equals just the height times the width, and for a triangle, the area equals a half base times height. So the next thing we need to work out is we've got our square here. What I want to do is I want to work out what the area of this whole shape is, and then I'm going to take away the parts that the areas that I'm not interested in. That will leave me with just the stripe part. So if I want to know what the stripe part area is, I've got to work out the whole area and then take away the bits that I'm not interested in. All right, so to start with, let's work out just the whole area of the rectangle. So if I want the whole rectangle, that area is going to equal 2 plus 2, which is 4 across the top, and 10 centimeters down. So its whole area is 40 meters, sorry, not centimeters, 40 meters squared. All right. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to then take away, like the little triangle at the top, I'll take away this part, I'll take away this part, I'll take away this part, and I'll take away this part, which means I have to work out those areas. So let's start with the easy one down the bottom here. I'm going to work out this rectangle here, and that's going to be a 3 times 4, which equals 12 meters squared. That's what the bottom rectangle is. So now, like if I was to take that away from there, I'm just left with the area here, here, and here. But I want to take away the rest as well. So next we're going to have to take away the area of the triangles. Let's do these two at the top here. So I've got two triangles at the top here that are 2 by 5. So I can do a half times 2 times 5, which just equals 5 meters squared. And I don't even need to calculate the other one because it's exactly the same triangle, so I can work out that that one's 5 meters squared. So now I've got rectangle down here is 12 meters squared. This one's 5 meters squared. This one's 5 meters squared. This one here can be a bit of a tricky part, the white one here. What I'm going to do is just look at this and I'm going to go, well, I really need to know its height, don't I? And its width. Now I know its width, but how do I work out its height? Now, this one here can be pretty tricky, but we'll look at this length here, right? This is a parallelogram, so this side's 2. So that means up the top here is also 2 meters. Right? That's my rule for what a parallelogram is. So now if I look at that, that makes it a little bit easier for me to calculate, because from here to here, this distance was 7 meters. So if I chop 2 off that, that means from here to here it has to be 5 meters. So that means now I've got this triangle that's 5 meters high, and it is 4 meters across the bottom here. So I can now work that out as half 5 times 4, which 5 times 4 is 20. Half of that is 10 meters squared. So to recap, I've worked out this triangle is 10 meters squared. Oh, that's not a very good highlighter, is it? Let's go some little width. A little bit nicer on the. Alright. Oh, sorry. This one's 10 meters squared. This one's 12 meters squared. this one's 5 meters squared, this one's 5 meters squared. And the whole thing was 40 meters squared. So now, if I do 40, take 12, take 10, take 5, take 5, it will equal 8 meters squared. Because that'll be, what's that, 22, 32? Yep, 8 meters squared. So I've got this, and I've taken away the triangles, rectangle, triangle, leaving me only the striped bit. We'll just check that our answer is right there. Yep, 8 meters squared there. So that's our answer for the part. The striped part is 8 meters squared. Next up, it wants the area of the white part. Now, I've already done all the hard work. It's asking me for the area of the white part, which is this part, plus this part. So the area of that is just going to be 10 plus 12, which equals 22 meters squared. Let's have a look at that. There we are. So it's all about turning it into triangles, and I reckon the trickiest part is to work out that this is 2 meters. Ooh, so that this distance here also has to be 2 meters. Once you've got that, that gives you the height of that middle triangle, which for me is sometimes the hardest.